Hello everybody, welcome to this new video. I had two awesome races at the RedBull Ring. So if you guys want to see the other race, which was also me fighting for podium positions, go ahead and hit that like button. If we get 10 likes, I will drop the next video. And let's head into the intro and get started with this video. As we're revving and ready to go for this small sprint race we're doing at the RedBull Ring, I have a very bad launch at the Renault, but I qualified in the top 10, so it's definitely going to be an amazing race. As we're going through the first corner, we're going extra wide to make sure that we survive this corner because, well, the RedBull Ring can have some first corner shenanigans. We can see on the right side that Face Grinder has a better exit, so we're going to follow him. I'm not going to attack too much into this corner, because I want to get safely to the first few corners. As I said, first corner shenanigans, which also count for this technically third corner of the track. As we can now see a line forming up on the left of a lot of cars, so I'm going to dive up the inside because I know Muzzy, who is in front, is going to brake earlier, which he does. I'm going to hit the apex and I'm going to get a better line out of it because he is being held up by a lot of traffic in front. Now I'm going to try and follow the BMW in front because he is making a move on Face Grinder and I'm trying to follow him through, just don't have enough speed. Now watch what's going to happen. The BMW loses control, which forces Face Grinder to take a different line and brake mid-corner, and I get a way better exit. As we now fast forward to a later part in this lap, I'm catching up to the Mercedes, who is fighting a BMW in front of him, which I can't really see. And he is going to make a very sudden move on the braking, and I have to avoid him going off the brake and back on it again, which makes me go very deep. This was a very tricky situation here. As we're going to fast forward again, and this is the point where the race starts to go really crazy. Xavius spins in front of me, which promotes me up to 5th position, and in front they're fighting for that 2nd place, and it's all about to go really bad into this first corner. There's a lot of contact, and suddenly I go from 5th place up into 2nd, and I can see the person who's in 1st in front of me, and I'm gaining massively on him. Just watch in the next few corners, and there's so much going through my head right now, like, oh, I'm in 2nd place, what's going on here? And the person who is in 1st place is going to start slowing down right here, so I think maybe there's a safety car, maybe I need to slow down too. What's happening? To show you a little bit of how big the chaos was, I'm going to switch to the track side, and you can see Marley slowing down, me slowing down, and then behind us they're racing, so I suddenly get overtaken by Ultimate Case and Face Grinder and John Rick Steele, and I'm battling Bogue France into the next corner, and I'm having to regain my focus, getting back into race position, because I'm battling these guys, so I can't let my focus slip for one single moment. And I'm going to defend the inside line here against Bogue France, which is the best way to defend for that corner. As Bogue France makes a mistake, which he very rarely does, he goes a little bit wide, which puts him back into the side of Marley, which gives me a little bit breathing space in the back, but I'm focused on this Mercedes in front and I want to overtake him. And suddenly again in this corner I gain massively on the brakes, I narrowly avoid him, and after the race it turned out he was on the hards and I was on the softs. And on the softs you can brake a lot later on this track. But you also have to drive very carefully on the softs because you don't want to overheat them. So it's really interesting to see these different driving styles between the drivers and between the cars. As again, I'm going to focus really on the exit here because there's such a long straight. And we can see Ultimate Case going wide and having a little bit of a worse exit. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to try and follow the Mercedes through, but I see a gap opening up and I'm going for it. but I brake just a little bit too late and I go a little bit too deep and I hit ultimate case, which I apologize for in the race. I'm going to show you again on the track side. The move on John Rick still, it's okay, but because we're 3 wide I should have been way more cautious, and I put ultimate case down a few positions and I'm focused on John Rick still again, and I'm going to try to overtake him on the inside, but he's running me very narrow. Let's watch it from the track side, because suddenly there's also Marley on the outside, so we're going 3 wide into this corner. I take him on the inside and he's going to try to cut back, but which gives me the inside for the next corner, and we just saw on the previous lap with my battle against Bog that is the way to defend for that corner. Because also again, this time I get out in front and I get the move done, but I won't have a lot of time to catch my breath, because the next lap Marley will be trying to get a move on me, as we will fast forward to that lap. I'm taking my normal line, but suddenly there is Marley, who gets an amazing exit out of that corner, and I think to myself, I know he has better pace, so I'm not going to fight him too much. I want to follow him through, because then he can try and get a move on Face Grinder, who is in front of us, who is in the lead of the race. And I'm going to try and use Marley to do all the hard work, so I can overtake Face Grinder, and maybe, if they're battling so hard, I can overtake both of them and take the lead of the race. Which is exactly what is going to happen in this next corner, watch. Face Grinder goes wide, which makes him go onto the curbs, lose control of the car, he hits Marley, I go through the middle of both of them and I go into the lead of the race. At this moment I cannot believe I am leading a race for the first time in GZR. Let's rewatch exactly what happened. So Face Grinder here goes a little bit deep into the corner, he's going to hit that curb, which is going to unsettle his car. He's going to hit Marley, send Marley into a spin, and I overtake both of them because I just timed it so perfectly. I don't have to lift off the throttle and I can overtake them. But being in the lead of a GT3 race for the first time in GZR, I also learned something very painful. You cannot take your concentration from the track for 1 second. I take my concentration away, I mess up this corner a little bit, and it sends me into a spin, and it sends me back all the way from 1st to 7th position. As we're going to fast forward a little bit, and we can see that Jeff and Ice Day has caught up with me, because I was struggling with my car with the damage. I was very slow in a straight line, and he's going to put some pressure on me. Jeff and Ice Day is a very fair racer, so I know that when I battle him there's going to be mutual respect shown, and that makes it so much fun to race against these guys in GZR. It's always very clean racing and I really enjoy that. He's going to put me under pressure into this next corner, because I'm going to take a little bit of a defensive line just to make sure he doesn't overtake me here. I don't lose too much time by doing it, but I definitely block him from making an overtake there. As we're now going on board with him, and we can see on the straight how much he's going to gain into the next braking zone, because I have suspension and aero damage, so my top speed is not at the maximum right now. You can see him gaining on me. And you can also see the beautiful Please No Punch Reno sticker, plus a new sticker I put on with current and next time deleted, because well, it's just project car things. I'm going defensive into this corner. He's going to try and do it around the outside. He initially outbrakes me, but I get a better exit and I just get in front of him. I'm going again defensive on this corner, because from the previous laps I know that's the best way to defend, but he sticks it around the outside. He's staying with me through the whole corner, so I'm having to give him some space. I'm taking a different line through this corner. We're still side by side, and I just get a little bit better exit, which enables me to go again maybe on the inside, but I know in this corner, if you're not alongside me, you can't overtake me. It's very difficult for this corner to overtake someone, as we can see a back marker going wide. And let's fast forward for another lap, because Jeff and Ice Day, he won't give up. He just keeps going after me, as I get a pretty okay exit out of this corner. Now I know this is the last lap, so I have to defend at all costs. So I'm going on the inside, even though he's a little bit far back, but I know with my damage I cannot take any risks. I have to go very defensive, as he just tries to get the cutback, but he just doesn't manage it. Now he's going to try again around the outside, but I'm making my moisty Renault as wide as possible, making it as difficult for him to overtake me as I possibly can. I'm taking a normal line through this corner, and now I know I just have to survive these last few corners to hold my position. So I'm going defensive here. He's thinking about a move. He goes around the outside, he tries it, but I just by an inch keep my car in front of him so I can block him for this next corner. And I have a very good exit here, and we're gonna come across the finish line just in front of him. I'm going to weave because I'm very happy I defended from him. It was a very awesome race. So people, please hit that like button if you enjoyed this race. Then I know I can make the next one, because for the next race we had a longer race, and for the whole race I was battling with Javelin for a podium position, and ultimately it was so close. We were battling every lap. So if you want to see that, please hit that like, subscribe button, and we'll see you next time. Thank you.